This is Dinah Lance, aka Black Canary. Canary is a skilled martial artist and can shatter skulls with her canary cry. She fights crime. She's also suspected of killing some dude. Black Canary works with Evelyn Crawford, aka Starling, Rockabilly's super spy. Black Canary and Starling are being investigated by reporter Charlie Keene. Charlie meets with his informant who tries to kill him. The birds know Charlie has been following them and they step in to save the day. A fight ensues. One of the goons kisses Black Canary. She's not cool with it. They manage to get Charlie to safety, but then he receives a text message that causes his head to explode. Boom! Black Canary and Starling bring a sample of Charlie's brain to a lab for analysis. The lab guy says there were drugs in Charlie's brain that could cause him to explode with a trigger word. These drugs have been stolen from 4 of the 5 labs stocking them in recent months. Maybe that 5th one could use a closer look? They need backup. Dinah calls in Tatsu Yamashito, aka Katana. Katana is a master swordswoman. Her husband was killed by the Yakuza, and Katana now believes his soul lives in her sword. She came on the recommendation of Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, who didn't want to join. The 3 find more goons in the warehouse. A fight ensues. Ev takes a hostage for questioning. Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, shows up. Is it a trap? Nope. Dinah invited her, too. Poison Ivy tries to help with the interrogation. The hostage gives up the location of his safe house, but then his head blows up, too. Boom! At the safe house, the team discovers the next targets, some bigwigs on a train. They race to the scene, but it doesn't go well. Ivy gets tased, Dinah's head almost blows up, you know, the usual. It turns out Dinah's been exposed to those brain-exploding drugs. Starling knocks her out so she can't blow up. The team manages to get away. Poison Ivy even gets some good info. The goons all report to someone named Choke, and they are headquartered in this building. Batgirl tags along for the raid. Maybe she wants to be a bird of prey after all. They find a room full of goons, but suddenly discover themselves standing on a rubble-strewn street. How did that happen? They take some time off to regroup. The team captures Brendan Bowman, the goon who kissed Dinah that one time. He doesn't know he's a goon. Choke occasionally uses him via mind control. The birds treat him for the drugs in his brain with the help of Trevor Cahill. Remember that guy from the lab? Black Canary uses Brendan as live bait, but it turns out his whole office is under Choke's control. A fight ensues. Choke actually has control of most of the birds, too. Starling shoots Batgirl. They manage to make it out okay to discover Trevor Cahill, the guy from the lab, is behind everything. They take him to the sewer to interrogate him. Batgirl doesn't join them. Cahill uses his mind control to get the birds to turn on each other again. Katana cuts off his head. Dinah gets mad, so Katana leaves. Ivy is always mad, so she leaves. Starling doesn't believe that she was mind-controlled, so she leaves. Dinah wants answers, so she breaks into Cahill's apartment. Batgirl shows up and they hug out their issues. Then they get a call from Katana. Her sword doesn't think Cahill was Choke after all. The 3 follow a cryptic lead to a hotel, but it's a trap. The room is on fire, and a hologram explains that these other dudes are there to beat them up. A fight ensues, but the team makes it out okay. Meanwhile, Starling is looking into Dinah's past. It turns out the dude Dinah is suspected of killing was her husband. The end.